Okay,
Yeah.
so let's learn, because right in the beginning of the program, I was like, go into my dreams and start to alter them, and
Yeah.
then like have some mastery in a place that I don't belong. And then you talked about the dream yoga, and you're like, no, you be with life to be with life as it is. You be with the dream and dream yoga, being mindful and not trying to change it. So my premise in the beginning was like a little bit off, because I don't think we're going into the dream to change it. I'm going in to observe it, or there are steps in which you're going to become more aware, because now everyone is like, okay, how do I do this? Right? Like, give me 1, 2, 3, and then they can have the programming and they'll run with it. And also, do people get in touch with you if they are having an indication that they want to do more of this, so they want to learn more from you? Hi, if you're within the sound of my voice, you are watching or listening to the Sterling Spin. I'm excited to bring a new spin on living, learning, loving, and even laughing, because I'm here to bring you solutions for your well-being. Each show is unique and different, and today with me in the studio, I have someone who's interested in and practices lucid dreaming. I think of him as an exploratory visionary, that he brings ideas to the fore that can be integrated into your daily life. His name is Felipe Yanez, a lucid dreamer, a coach, and a guide into the subconscious realms. His fascination with the inner world began when he was a teenager. He was captivated by lucid dreams, astral projection, and the vast potential of awareness. Over the years, he's delved into dream yoga, a new word for me, trauma healing, and mindfulness practices, emerging with a mission to help others to awaken both in their dreams and in their waking lives. He works with sensitive, introverted, and highly aware individuals, helping them build confidence, emotional intelligence, and authentic self-expression through somatic and energetic presence. I know all of you know everything that I've just referred to, but I don't. And that is why Felipe is here, so I could query him and learn more in the conversation that you are about to hear. Welcome to the program.
Well, thanks for having me, Liz, and I'm excited to talk about this.
This is like something still hidden. I think it's like they call it the esoteric realm. And so much has come forward that we get to talk about now. But this whole astral projection, lucid dreaming is still esoteric. It's like
Absolutely
hidden behind the scenes. How do you see it in the way the world sees it?
Well, when I first became interested in high school, I mean, it was even more esoteric. People had never heard of lucid dreaming. It was in a very known idea, but it's still esoteric. But I feel like nowadays, I mean, I talk to close friends, I talk to a lot of people about dreaming nowadays, and I'm surprised that, you know, lucid dreaming is something that people are now familiar with, but also that, you know, someone passes away, they're like, how do I connect with that person? How do I maybe begin to integrate what's going on in my subconscious when I'm dreaming into my life? I'm going through a lot at work. I'm going through a lot in my life. What does this all mean? Because I'm having all these crazy dreams or something like that. So I feel like more and more people are becoming not only aware, but are giving more value to what's going on in the subconscious mind than they used to.
So they're like, people are starting to recognize that they can integrate what's happening in their dreams into their lives, help them gain understanding, but then go back into the dreams, because lucid dreaming means what?
It basically means waking up in your dream. It means that you're in a dream. Let's say this whole scenario was a dream. Let's
I'm
say,
like, isn't this a dream?
let's say you're watching this right now, and you realize that you're dreaming. You look around your room or wherever you're watching this, and you're like, wow, this is a dream. And so it could be, and I'll mention some ways that you can begin to practice that,
Right.
but you literally begin to alter the environment. You can begin to walk through walls. You can fly. You can begin to manifest people that might be able to help you, spirit guides. I mean, ancient traditions are very keen on dream work. It's just that it's something that's not talked about a lot in modern society.
So if I go into a dream
Yeah.
and I begin to alter it, aren't I changing what my subconscious mind wants to work out? Like, I've heard that dreams help you like work out stuff from the day, things that you haven't been able to process, something that's going on subconsciously or unconsciously. How could I go in? I'm not the master of my subconscious mind or my unconscious, so why would I do that?
Why aren't you?
What?
Why aren't you the master of subconscious mind?
I mean, that's why it's subconscious, because I'm not the master of it, because it's been hidden, or
Right.
it acts in ways it can't take in all the bits of data and information that are going on in the world at a time, because it would explode. We don't have enough neural passageways to process that much information. I'm making all this up.
Yeah, no, I love what I'm hearing. I'm like, I should be taking notes
I'm
here.
like, wait a second. Wherever that came from, okay.
I love it.
Wait, maybe I have a spirit guide who just popped in and they could be helping.
It could be helping, yeah. Well, the thing with dreams and the thing with these alter states, and is that you're opening yourself up for another level of capacity of what you're able to digest, what you're able to process, what you're able to really begin to, I guess, create and live. There's really no limitation, so that you're bringing into this realm, depending on your belief systems, really spirit world. You're bringing in something higher than you, a higher self, as many people call it. And so at that level, I think it's definitely there's different opinions in terms of why would I alter, what's going on in the dream. It's just being processing. But there's also the idea of I'm having these recurring nightmares. I am having these things that I want to get over. There's a certain empowerment that comes from being able to really begin to change your dreams, that you come out of it with that empowerment. Similarly to a dream that is very stressful, maybe it's a recurring dream with a family member that you have a lot of trauma with, and you keep having that dream. You go back into that dream,
and you work it out.
You can work it out. You can talk to that person. Maybe
have
that
a
person,
conversation.
right? Maybe that person's no longer around, or maybe they live somewhere else completely, or maybe that ability to have that conversation with this person is not there. Whether it's a reason because you don't talk anymore or whatever it is,
or they've shut you out,
or
or
they
shut you
out,
down, and
right.
they're not open to the conversation.
So you can begin to resolve those things.
You can heal. You're selling me on this.
And so then you begin, right? I'm glad, yeah. So you can begin to really begin to heal those things. You have that conversation. You can even manifest your inner child and begin to have conversations with that side of you in all these different aspects.
I wish I had this information and knew what to do, because I think in anticipation of you coming into the studio, for 5 nights, I've had at least 5 dreams every night, and they're all people from my past.
Yeah.
People who have passed on. So mother and father and uncle and brother and my husband who passed in 21, they're all in my dreams right now. And I'm like, oh, this is Felipe's coming in. I wonder if there's anything happening here. But I've had no awareness inside the dreams that I'm dreaming. And that's what I think lucid dreaming is really about. Like, how can I wake up in a dream and go, Liz, this is a dream and there's an opportunity here?
Yeah. I mean, I want to touch on the word awareness, right? First level is really knowing that you're what you're dreaming about. And that starts with the dream journal. And I'm glad you're remembering these dreams because many times we have all these different dreams and we don't remember them. And so simply being aware of what you're dreaming helps you be able to potentially digest it.
So
Then
have a book and
have a
write
book,
it down, or I use
right.
voice. I use voice because I don't want to get up and write.
Same. I do the same thing. I use
Okay,
voice.
voice
I
notes.
just don't move around too much. You engage your body. You begin to forget all your dreams. But when it comes to awareness, I think we give too much importance. I don't know how people might feel about this, but too much importance to what we live every day. We definitely need to reflect on it before we go to sleep so that it doesn't go into our subconscious too much, but not enough importance to what we're dreaming. But
Right.
it really affects us. We come out of a dream like those, and your emotions are a little different. Your mindset's a little different. You just
Yeah.
dream with your husband that passed away. You just dream with a lot of family members that passed
Yeah,
away.
we were like last night. We were getting ready to go on a plane,
Yeah.
and we started moving toward the area where they were checking us in, and there were too many people, and there was too much commotion. And I was like, I'm not going. You go ahead of me. That's the third time I've had a dream where my husband, who's passed, has come and said, "Come on, let's go. We're going to fly together from an airport. Come on, let's go." And I start going, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "No, I don't like the way this feels. I don't think so. I'll meet you there."
Yeah.
I'm like, is he trying to take me somewhere?
Right. Actually, that's a big recurring dream
Yeah.
that with people that have relatives that pass away, many times they have a dream where you're going on vacation with that person.
Yeah.
I've had friends who their mom passed away during COVID, and their dad rather, was, I guess, he was also in the hospital, almost passing away. But the mom was like, "Oh, we're going on a vacation. Get your bags. We're going to go on vacation." So there's a lot of significance behind these, and I think something that every person should dive into and gain whatever meaning they think they're getting from it, because at the end of the day, you really are the interpreter of your dreams.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
really good point. So, me having the dream, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I was ready to give all my power away and give it to you and say, "Can you now tell me what's going on in the dreams?" But why would I do that?
Right.
If they're my dreams, something inside me has a sense or an understanding, and to really actualize that instead of diminishing my value and
Right.
giving you all the power. I mean, which is what I think people generally do, is try and make somebody else the authority.
Right.
And then we put ourselves in an inferior position. So I do that with my guests. I'm like, "You're the one who has all the knowledge and the information. Tell me everything you know, and then I'll incorporate as much as I can, and I'll give as much as I can to the audience."
That's the point of dreams. That when you go into dreams, when you go into any kind of meditation, because dream, if you do it in this way, it's a meditation. Is you're gaining knowledge from the inside. So I'm not the person that's going to tell you what is what. The other thing I want to go into eventually, if we get into this, but it's dream yoga. It goes beyond meaning. It goes beyond.
Did you see me circle it?
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
It's the only thing that I circled is the word dream yoga.
And we'll talk a little bit about it, but it's even beyond the meaning of dreams, and it goes more into sort of a neutral state where you begin to mesh certain lucid dreaming traditions with meditation, and life dreams begin to take on a neutral sense.
Give me more here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what that means is it's sort of what I think a lot of people point to as spiritual awakening or being in the moment. It's a way of operating where, as you begin to practice this, and this happened to me by accident. It was a time in my life where I was really, really depressed, working, myself into the ground with a wine tour business that I still run. But I was really, really depressed. And I had this dream where my grandpa came to me, and I felt a desperation. I felt him suffocating. And I was in Spain at the time, and he lived in Mexico. Following day, I find out he passed away.
Wow.
And so I'm like, there's something more to this whole dream thing. And I've had many of these dreams that are of friends, family members that pass away.
I had one, and it was with a very good friend's dog.
Oh, wow.
And the dog came and knocked on, scratched on the door, and I went outside, and the dog's like, "Come on, let's go for a walk," in the dream.
Right.
Take me for a walk, and I took the walk in a familiar place, and then all of a sudden, poof, we're in a completely different environment.
Wow.
And then the dog and I are walking, and then the dog runs deep into the woods. And the next day I found out that the dog had died.
Right.
I'm like, come on. I
Right.
mean, wow.
Life, energy,
But
the
look, I
operating
still
symbolism.
remember there still was something that was so poignant in each one of the frames in the dream.
And it's probably a feeling as well, right?
There were lots of feelings.
Something that really was not just the typical,
Yeah.
I'm dreaming that I'm working somewhere.
I mean, when I look back at it, even in the dream,
Yeah.
I knew there was something extraordinary. Like, I guess with your grandfather, you knew that there was something extraordinary
Yeah.
because you had felt him in such a way that it captured your entire attention.
Absolutely.
And so I do think that there's less space between the realms. Can we talk about it in terms of realms?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Less space in between the realms than we originally had thought. And
Yeah.
those on one side can walk into our world or come through dreams and access us and can make communications. So are these good things that happen?
Yeah, and I mean, dreams. I think the veil between those realms is a lot thinner. Many times you're in a different state, and so yeah, I think those are great things that happen because we're in a more open state to be able to receive these messages, to be able to be connected, and to remember how to be connected.
What I want to do is
Yeah.
how to in just a moment
Sure.
so that I could let everyone know that you're listening to the Sterling Spin. And this is Liz Sterling with Felipe Yanez, who's my guest today. We're talking about lucid dreaming, astral projection, different realms, how you get messages from those on the other side, and what you can do to create more access. But what you can do right now, please, is hit the subscribe button so that you can be part of this growing channel of the Sterling Spin podcast. And also, when you see the little bell come up, hit the notification bell, and then we'll notify you when a new episode drops. Every Sunday morning, wake up to a new episode of the Sterling Spin. Also, if you have an amazing story, you can email me, and you may want to be a sponsor of our show because we are now garnering new sponsors. You'll hear more about them. I'm very excited to be partnering with new organizations. There'll be more information, and you can contact me also at sterlingspin@gmail.com. Back in the studio with my new friend, Felipe, who started out as like a coach, I believe.
Yeah.
You were working with people who are, I call them highly sensitive individuals,
Yeah.
people who had been traumatized, people who had issues, to help them come into this world. And you and I talked before we came into the studio about lucid living.
Yeah.
As well as lucid dreaming. So let's do a couple of minutes on lucid living, and then how do we get into those dreams? How is there a step? How do we blend those realms that you talked about when you said it starts with awareness?
Yeah, I started coaching mainly in social skills and confidence a while ago. And it was around people that were more sensitive, more introverted, and really wanted to get their social life together, wanted to, be more confident at work and dating in different areas. But more and more, I began to be more and more drawn into just this lucid living idea. And really that idea or that whole aspect came from, I guess maybe I'll go into how this whole thing happened. It's basically combining meditation and lucid dreaming. I began to realize that the more I meditated and the more I lucid dream, the more both would merge to the point where I was very, very conscious when I was dreaming. Lay on my bed and I could literally go from consciousness to the dream without ever losing consciousness. Just completely. You literally see a fog run over it. And then same thing goes for during waking life. I had this episode where I had a out of body experience. I was after a movie at a theater, and it was like I began to see all my different emotions, all my thoughts from like almost like a third person perspective. And everything just seemed so fresh. It was raining that day, and everything just seemed so fresh. And I began to realize, that I was beginning to experience the moment in a very fresh way, just because I had been observing for like a month, 2 months, my thoughts in dream, and in waking life almost 24/7.
So there's a melding and a blending and a
Yeah,
merging. And then
exactly.
even when you were awake and
Yeah.
lucid in
Right.
living, you started seeing yourself from a more 3D perspective. Like, is that the right language? Like seeing your emotions, seeing your feelings, seeing the body.
Yeah, even the body seemed like kind of an exterior, like it just almost like a part, like a hand.
Wow.
It didn't seem like it was me anymore. And it's interesting because when I say lucid living, it's not just about saying, okay, I'm gonna, eat more, I don't know, kale or something.
Oh, I have kale for
there you go.
Carissa. Thank you for
Right.
reminding me.
It's not only about conscious decisions and good habits, and that's fantastic. By
I
the way,
can't believe I just did that. That was very spontaneous and like
Hey,
out of
I love
nowhere.
it. That's what we're gonna do, right? We're spontaneously
Why
living here.
not, right?
Yeah. And so it's not just about conscious decisions and conscious habits, but truly, Bridget, it's a consciousness. It's a almost, I don't want to say mindset, but it's a consciousness where you're doing what your actions and the thoughts that come up and everything that comes up is fresh. It's from a neutral point of view. There's no intention behind it. There's no intention to do good, and there's no intention to do bad. It's just doing.
It's pure. It's pretty
doing
pure.
to do.
It's pretty pure. It's in the
actionality.
moment.
Exactly, and it only happens.
Is this the dream yoga? Is this the
That's-
dream
that's
yoga?
dream
We're
yoga.
talking about that.
That's dream
yeah,
yoga. Yeah,
that's dream
so
yoga.
the practice is dream yoga. It's a very old practice in Tibetan Buddhism, which I had no clue about that I was doing it.
Wow.
Until I had these crazy moments, and I was like, I have to find out what it is. And so that's dream yoga, and it leads to lucid living, because in lucid living, there's not an intention that I'm going to be, I'm going to be a better person. No. It just happens. You just practice these things, and they begin, the dreams, the consciousness in the dreams begin to feed into your waking life, and the consciousness in your everyday life, your meditation, your mindfulness feeds into your dreams.
Wow.
And the idea from a Tibetan perspective is that you never go to sleep.
Or you're
in every
always
sen-
aw- or
in e-
you're always awake.
Or you're always awake.
One
yeah.
or the other.
In every sense of the word.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
not when you're dreaming, not when you're at work.
this sounds like delicious. Like
Yeah.
today when I was driving into the studio, I saw they're building a new development.
Yeah.
But there's a patch of grass,
Mm-hmm.
and it's rained for like 3 days, which is very unusual. Well, it was all wildflowers. It
Right.
was like there were beautiful wildflowers that grew in the middle of this huge new subdevelopment that they're building, like one of those pop-ups, like we call it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this field of wildflowers, just yellow. They may have been like the poppies that come from this area. They were so, I was like, oh, I saw this in my dreams. And now I'm seeing it in my wake. And I had a moment where I wasn't awake, I wasn't asleep, I wasn't driving, I wasn't looking, it was just like a gift. I wouldn't even know what word to put on it.
Right.
But it was something that it just was very, very fulfilling
Wow.
and very, very loving and peaceful and kind and gentle. So going into life
Yeah.
without having the limits, the expectations, especially the trying, like there's no trying. It's just being in a receptive place where you're welcoming life to come at you with open eyes and open heart?
That's a great, I guess, segue, because in dream yoga, you're not controlling your dreams, you're observing them.
Okay.
And so you're not participating in any kind of control. There's no desire to change anything. You see things as illusions and temporary. So what's the point? Not from a nihilistic kind of way, like, oh, everything doesn't matter, but from a place of things are okay. Things are fine. Everything is as it should be. And I'm feeling that emotion, what you felt with the flowers.
Right.
I'm feeling it right now. I'm great. And there's nothing to change. There's nothing to change for the better. And there's nothing that needs to really be different.
It sounds like you're talking about an acceptance, a level of acceptance
Right.
for life to be what it is,
Yeah.
to come to us as it is. And there's some neutrality on our part. Like, I'm not reaching for more or better because I want it. It's like, okay, this is what it is right now. And
The tricky part with those concepts, and I see it in spirituality, is that sometimes those concepts are overlaid over the programming that you already have. And so if you begin to peel the layers of programming through these kind of practices, it might be different for you. It might not be dream yoga, but if you begin to peel off the layers, you'll find the truth down there about this, as opposed to putting another layer of like, oh, it's, acceptance and all that. No, it's acceptance is not a concept. Acceptance is a state of mind. It's a state of energy.
so
Yeah.
did it sound as if this is very important to
Yeah.
me to
Yeah.
understand.
Sure.
Did it sound as if where I was going with, it's like acceptance, was one of those layers of alternate programming that I was placing on top of this rather than the comfort of the unfolding or the peeling of the onion that you referred to? Did it hit you that way?
I would say that it felt like a grasping in the future of wanting acceptance in the future, as opposed to just a state of being. Even
Right.
if you don't have it right now, just doing whatever practices that you do will get you there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what I wanted to do was to
Yeah.
grok it.
Yeah.
I want to understand it. I want to,
Yeah. Right.
I'm like a curious soul. Life is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a big jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
I want to put all the pieces together. And then when I get a piece that fits and is really good and colorful,
Yeah.
I want to like work that one and,
Right,
keep
right.
it close. So I'm questing. And in that questing, I fall into the programming of trying to figure out how it all works. And you're saying, Liz, you ain't going to figure this one out.
Right. It's the opposite,
happen
right?
differently.
It's the opposite. You're unlearning rather than learning.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's learn because we're right in the beginning of the program. I was like, go into my dreams and start to alter them and
Yeah.
then like have some mastery in a place that I don't belong. And then you talked about the dream yoga and you're like, no, you be with life to be with life as it is. You be with the dream and dream yoga, being mindful and not trying to change it. So my premise in the beginning was like a little bit off because I don't think we're going into the dream to change it, and I'm going in to observe it, or there are steps in which you're going to become more aware because now everyone is like, okay, how do I do this? Right? Like, give me the 1, 2, 3, and then they can have the programming and they'll run with it. And also, do people get in touch with you if they are having an indication that they want to do more of this, so they want to learn more from you?
Yeah, I think they want to explore it at the levels of whatever situation they're going through, right? Someone passed away, or they simply feel like they have a lot going on in their life, and they feel like this could be, I don't know, something that could help them. But in terms of simply, I guess to touch on the observance or manipulating the dreams, I don't think, from my perspective, this is my personal opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with shifting your environment in a dream. I think that's fine, especially if you're doing it from a place of, okay, I need to heal some things. I want to, hey, you ask your higher self, can you manifest what I need to be working on right now in this dream? And then it'll manifest it for you. Or you can do sort of like hypnosis. Sometimes you walk through a door. Can you take me through, depending on your belief systems and what you've experienced?
And you
can
said
take me
inner
through past
child
lives?
work.
Or
Like I could say to my inner child, I'm here for you and working with you,
Yeah.
and show me what it is that I can.
And so literally,
do.
it won't be a mental exercise. This being, this energy that you have inside of you will manifest, and everything will feel just the same as right now, or even more vivid.
Wow,
It's
I
insane.
like it.
It's insane how dreams are. They're so powerful.
So this is not for everyone, but
Not
this
for
is
everyone, yeah.
this is for someone who has enough stuff going on in their lives, or is getting visited by those from the other side,
Mm-hmm.
or having someone in their family that they can't talk to.
Yeah.
They're like, not anyone who is welcoming them in conversation, but they'd like to be able to, even in their dream state, have them show up so that they could have a communication. that they could open the door to conversation.
Yeah.
And there's an intention. Is that what you're saying? I'll go to sleep at night and I'll say, Liz, I would like to hear from your inner child.
Right.
And I'm going to stay awake and alert in the dreams for when my inner child comes along so that I can take a step back and invite her to come forward.
Exactly. And so you go in, let's say you've practiced, and I'll mention how the practices work, but you practice, lucid dreaming. You're beginning to have lucid dreams on a regular basis. You go in with an intention. For me, when I first started, I was in high school, so my intention was just to escape life. I was very introverted, and I was like, okay, I want to fly, and I want to have all these crazy adventures, astral projection, and all these different things. And later in life, I used it not only for the esoteric practices, but I used it also to overcome social anxiety. I used it to notice my fears that I have in my regular life, in my dreams. So I used it to gain confidence as well. So the application is huge.
That's where you passed it on to others. So how do people find you?
They can find me right now at social.
Yeah, social?
Dash Buddha.com.
B-U-D?
BUDDHA.com.
B-U-D-D-H-A? H-A.
Yeah.
B-U-D-D-H-A.com.
.com, yeah.
Social-Buddha.com.
And I'll probably be updating that.
That sounds really, that's a nice website.
Yeah,
I like
thank
it
you.
a lot.
Appreciate it.
So the flying business and the flying dreams is something that some people have had. They're like in a dream and all of a sudden, woo, they're taking off and they're flying.
Right.
Does it have like a specific meaning, or is it like a prelude to like, oh, you can astral project?
I don't know if it has a specific meaning. I feel like it is, to a certain degree, if I could interpret it, I would say it's a sense of empowerment. It's a sense of freedom. If you're able to do that, right? It's the ultimate freedom to be flying through the skies, to be exploring different worlds, or to visit different countries and just, or even teleport, whatever it is. It's I think.
Okay, I want to do that. Can you tell me how to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now?
Now?
Like in a minute?
In a minute. I can teach you lucid dreaming in a minute. And so, but yeah, so that could be the intention. And again, you'll be amazed at how the things that you're able to do and that you will do once you're lucid. But we can talk about maybe how to do it.
Yeah. I would like to talk about how to do it. Can you do it in a minute?
Explaining how to do it, yeah.
Okay, do it. Let's do it.
So in terms of lucid dreaming, you start with a journal, whether it's an audio, whether it's a notebook. It's the most important thing. You actually want to remember your dreams. If you get to that step and you're like, this is enough for me, that's great. You're already being conscious of what you're dreaming, and it's not just running your life in your subconscious. That's fantastic. So a few tips for that. When you're waking up, don't move too much. Don't engage your body, your senses, because you'll begin to forget what you're dreamed about.
Right.
You begin to engage with the world, and so you'll forget what you dreamed about. So again, write down your dreams, as many as you can. You have definitely more than one at night. I believe you have, I don't know, 6
and
or
if
so.
somebody's saying they don't dream, then that's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
That's all right.
But
That's
they
all right.
can say to themselves, I want to remember my dream, and tonight's the night, so give me something.
And you can be assertive with yourself and your subconscious, like, I want to remember my dreams tonight, and begin to repeat that to yourself. You have your longest dreams. Typically, the REM cycle is the longest in the morning, not at night. The night ones are usually shorter. So start with that dream journal. Now, after you've journaled a few dreams, you begin to analyze them. You begin to put in, what do you dream about the most, right? So maybe you have a sister or brother that lives abroad and you don't see them often, but you dream with them. And you're like, that's going to be my dream sign. That's going to be me realizing that I'm dreaming. Maybe it's dreaming with someone that passed away. Maybe it's dreaming with my childhood home. All these sort of things are dream signs that can help you trigger lucidity, as they say. So
this dream could be a person, place, or a thing.
It could be all that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I'm analyzing my dreams after, say, a couple of weeks, and I'm like, wow, I'm always at like events with people, and my friends are usually there, but I'm always meeting somebody new.
Right.
Okay. So now I've got that piece of information. I've done the analysis.
But especially if it's something very unusual to your regular life.
I see. It's like
that's really important because
something isn't like common.
Right. You dreaming about your it's your husband would
Right.
be a big indicator that you're
Except
dreaming.
he's been in my dreams for the past 5 days. I'm
Exactly.
like, what is going on? Oh, right. You're going
Right.
into you Felipe. Of course he's going to be showing up. You need something to talk about.
Well, you can probably put yourself in that wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now I'm
that's a
doing
dream
some
sign. And
analysis and
right.
I'm saying to myself, next time I'm in a dream and Ken is there,
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up.
Yeah. I'm going to realize that I'm dreaming.
I'm going to
And it
realize
takes
I'm
me
dreaming.
and it takes me to the third step. But I do want to say it could be emotions as well. If you're having a lot of anxiety on your dreams typically, or whatever it is, it might be another thing that you put in as a dream sign. But the third step is dream checks. These are super important, and you do them in your regular life. It might seem a little crazy, but it's something as simple as trying to put your hand through your other hand, trying to make sure that you're not dreaming. They're in dreams typically, writing changes if you look away. So if you look away and then you look back, that sign will not be the same.
That's how you
It's
know
not
you're
static.
dreaming.
Right.
Or you're discerning that you're awake.
Exactly. So let's say you have your dream sign, which is Ken, and then your dream check. Let's say you think about him in your regular day, like right now you just thought about him. You do a little dream check, and you begin to train your mind to do these dream checks while you're awake. Yeah.
So
and-
I'm like building a muscle.
You're building a muscle.
Wow, dream checks.
Yeah. So you do that dream check. Again, it could be putting your hand through your other hand. It could be, there's other ones where you close your mouth and close your nostrils and try to breathe. In a dream, you're going to be able to breathe.
Right. Oh my God, there's so much. I'm so excited.
There are a lot of them. Yeah.
I'm so excited to talk about this. I'm so sorry that we're out of time.
No worries. No worries.
We could pick this one back up for
Sure.
sure. I would definitely want to hear from our viewers and our listeners of the Sterling Spin how you dream, what your dream interpretations are. If you like the idea of moving in this realm, because we've been in like a lot of realms today. It was really absolutely fascinating. And they say parting is such sweet sorrow. And we must begin to end this day. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you,
Again,
Liz.
social-buddha.com
Correct.
to get in touch with Felipe, who is has a lot of work that he's done on the field of emotional intelligence and healing and wellness and integration. And I'm so happy that we have met. I truly am.
Likewise. Thank
And
you.
until the next time that you are within the sound of my voice, thank you for being with us. Please subscribe to the Sterling Spin, our channel on YouTube. Please hit the bell for notification because that will notify you when we drop a new show. That's every Sunday. Look forward to another edition of the Sterling Spin. And I want to thank you for your presence, for showing up, for being here. I'm Liz Sterling. Be well, be blessed, be spinning a new story for yourself. Until we see you again. Bye.